because it's kind of like a refresher in the middle of the season, and it gives you an idea of where you are throughout the season and kind of what you're going to do at Big Tens. It's also nice because you know when you come to practice you're not going to get beaten up, and it's fun to rest. The team has fun, and the energy's really high whenever we're not pounding into the ground.
Kylie, how do you feel like it most impacts you positively?
Like Alex said, it's really nice to have like a breather, a nice refresher. It's nice to go some faster times and stuff, and to see that your hard work is paying off. And so that like is a big confidence booster if you do well, and it like carries over through the season, and it shows you what you need to work on, and carries all the way to Big Tens.
And highlight some of the differences, the way you guys rest or taper, whatever you want to call it, between Big Tens in the spring and this meet in the fall.
Well, this meet in the fall, it's shorter. It's called a drop taper. We stay at a high level of training, and then all of a sudden we like drop down right away, whereas tapering for Big Tens is more gradual over like a 2-week long period, whereas this is just a few days. So, I mean, you feel good. You usually feel good at the end of both of them, but real taper for Big Tens or NCAAs is a lot longer, and you get better results from that.
Kylie, how would you say your body, have you kind of figured out it most responds to the resting or the taper?
I personally do better to a longer taper. I actually get the longest taper on the team. So this is not my usual. Like for Big Tens, I'll probably rest 4 times as much as this.
Going back to Big Tens last year, each of you guys saw that, that process really pay off for you, especially in the 100 fly. You went back and forth, breaking the record, getting personal best times. What was that like going back and forth?
It was funny because even our sophomore year, we started out, we were 100th away from each other, and it ended up being like 200ths away from the record. And so like we knew we were right there, and it was just funny that like we exchanged it, but it was also cool because we both had gotten that much better the following year.
What do you guys like most about this type of 6-session meet versus just a straight duo?
It's nice because you get a lot more rest between your races. Also, the energy is so high for a 6-session meet because it's just mid-season and everyone gets excited. I mean, dual meets are fun too, but this is just a bigger event, so it's more fun.
Kylie, lastly, anything you'd highlight about Ohio State's pool? You guys are going there a lot this year.
Well, it's a fast pool, and so I'm excited to get the opportunity to race. It's nice that we have a lot of practice there, and so I think we'll be like the most prepared for Big Tens we possibly could be.
John, another trip to Columbus on tap, this one for the big meet of the fall, the Ohio State Invitational, 6-session meet. What are some of the things you look forward to seeing out of the team this weekend?
Well, resting for a couple days and seeing how we respond to that is one big thing. But also just getting the experience of swimming in a championship meet, multiple sessions. I think that's a really key thing moving forward in the year. The format is just the same as NCAA's and about the same as the Big Ten Championships. So getting everybody used to that format and coming back session after session and making sure we're swimming fast every session.
What would you maybe highlight among the small differences between the way you get ready for this meet and then Big Tens in similar fashion in the spring?
Well, I mean, we don't rest very much for this meet. We only back off a few days, and with those few days we try to swim pretty fast. But with the Big Ten Championship and NCAA Championship, obviously we rest a lot more, and it's a full taper, and so it's a little different. Although how we approach the meet isn't that different. We want to make sure that we're approaching it the same way this weekend as we will at Big Tens or NCAA's.
And so one of the main themes that you talk to the ladies about, even keel among the 6 sessions?
Yeah, I think just, getting up, racing, doing everything you can in that session, and then controlling your emotions, doing everything you need to do to get ready for the next session.